I had the sound on Facebook, so good evening everybody. I've turned it off now so I don't hear myself twice. Good evening everybody on YouTube. I'm just cleaning my work glasses whilst we wait for everybody. I think you're going to be very happy tonight. Right, so good evening to everybody on Facebook. You're coming too quickly for me to keep up, so I'll start from the bottom. Hi Amanda, Caroline, Anne, Karen, Donna, oops, too quick, Carol, Pam, Donna, can't remember whether I said that, Zoe, Carol, Heather, Emma, Doreen. An exciting peep show. Not quite, but it is a sneaky peek, and obviously you know the drill by now. We let you pre-order tonight. Any tips on Samantha on YouTube just said any tips on fussy cutting. Now Ilona has done a video on her YouTube channel, Samantha, with some tips on fussy cutting. Ilona, are you watching? Remind me later, Samantha, and I'll ask Ilona to pop a link on YouTube. Let me take that off because it's not very exciting to look at. That's better, look. How about that? That's only allegedly. And if I'm honest with you, I don't actually use that as a coaster. I use it as a cutting mat. Hi Linda. Oh, there you go. I've not missed you out tonight. Right, so we'll hang on a few minutes till everybody else gets here. Obviously I can't show you anything yet, but you've got a good idea what's coming tonight. What you don't know is that when I did the sneaky peek for you in the magazine, that was only part of the new release. Now these are a month late because of getting them here, so we are a month late with these. So it's just how it is. So that's you mean to tell me this is not that's really not a vision you want to see at this time of night, Vicky? so really exciting. I know you've been waiting for these, and there are more than you think. Oh well, I've got the key, Elaine, you should know that. Yeah, Karen probably is, to be honest, David. She probably is. So we're just waiting a few minutes. It's not very exciting to look at, so let me see if I can. There you are, look. That's more exciting to look at. You can't see anything, but it's better than looking at the brown mat. So we're going to wait a minute or two just to let everybody else get here, and then we will go through the new releases. There are 8 die sets. You only know about 4 of them, and that's only if you had the magazine box kit. So good evening to everybody who's just joining. But yeah, Caroline says, but is your debit card in it? Hi Sandra, hi Trish. So just waiting another minute or two. Not everybody's here yet, I can see that. I can't even show you anything as a sneaky peek yet, because it's too soon. I can't even put my demo on the table because it's you'll see what it is as soon as you see the demo I've got prepped. Now I have prepped 2 demos because they are relatively quick. Whether I get 2 done or not is another matter. That was me just getting a drink before we start. Hi Helen. Hi Julia.
Just see if Ilona was here. I'm not sure whether she is or not. Hi, Di. How are you doing? Oh, bless you. Bless you. Right, so just while we're waiting, there are 8 new die sets. You've seen 4 in the back page of the magazine box kit that we brought out whenever it was, I can't remember. So you've had a sneaky peek of 4 of them, which is why I know you've been waiting for these. We have been waiting for these as well because, as I mentioned, they are later than I originally planned to release them. But that's just because it was out of my control. I didn't have any choice. So we are going to do the first 4. So these are the ones that you've seen in the magazine, but what you've not seen in real life. I'm just going to get my little tub, because my little tub has all the bits in it to show you once I've done them. I'll just make sure I've done that right. I have indeed. So there's one missing. Bear with me, I'm just looking. Bear with, as Leonie says. So just pop that there. Pop that there. And all the best laid plans and all that. That didn't work out right, did it? Just bear with me a second. That's right. That's right, that'll do. Right, are we ready for the first part? So Ilona, I'm glad you're here. Samantha was just asking on YouTube about tips for fussy cutting. So I said you've got a video. I don't know whether you're on the YouTube, Ilona, but you could pop your... Oh, I don't think it lets you pop a link on. It might have to be me that does it, so you'll have to... I'll send it later. But you can on Facebook. Right, are we ready, everybody? Let's go through the first 4. So these are your Floral Finery fancy frames. Now you've been waiting for these, you've seen these in the magazine, you haven't seen them in real life. And I could have sworn I had some half-cut ones, but maybe it's just me that was half-cut when I was doing it. So I will bring in my boards and show you these as we go through. So for anybody who remembers, we first released the Fancy Frames die sets as part of the festive release last year, and they were so popular it was a bit of a no-brainer for me to do an everyday set. So these are the Floral Finery fancy frames, and we've got 4 dies in this. So we've got the Floral Finery Circle. Now I've called it the Floral Finery Circle because we know it's going to coordinate with the Floral Finery flower dies that you bought last time. Okay, so this is the circle. This has 5 dies in it. You can see that we've got the butterflies in here as well. You can also see that the floral elements have the debossing detail that completely match the Floral Finery flower dies that you all bought last summer. So you're now going to be able to use these and mix and match across the whole Floral Finery series and embellish them as you see fit. You don't even have to use the same flower because any of the Floral Finery flowers will coordinate with these. So let's just show you how this looks on the packaging. So you've got 5 dies. 2 of them are your sentiment. Then you've got the outer frame. You've got the inner frame. Now this cuts out as one solid piece. So if you're making quick cards, this is the one. You can just literally cut that, and this is what you end up with. So if you literally just cut the base and the fancy part, that's what you end up with. Yeah, so you end up with 2 layers that you can layer on top of each other. Now I'm obviously not as prepared as I was last time because I did have separates to show you how these all work out, But if you then put the funny weird looking one in, so this weird looking one, if you pop that in and cut that at the same time, you then end up with a thicker frame. So you pop that in, take that one out. Yeah, I'm going to show you a tip for that in a minute. And then if you cut that, it ends up giving you that extra layered frame look. So you've got different frame possibilities, and I'm just going to show you a little tip for this. So this is going back to something that Jean asked about a while ago, and I'm going to show you a tip for this whilst you've got me on here. So these are face down. So if you pop these face down, I'm just doing it this way just so you can see how to do this. Yeah. So if you pop this face down, if you've got a magnetic shim on your die cutting machine, that's fine because it will hold it all in place. But if you haven't, yeah, if you haven't, do it this way. So secure the outer frame. Secure the outer frame. Obviously, you're going to be doing this on cardstock, not on your magnetic sheet. Then pop this in place. In fact, let me do it on a bit of card. It will make more sense if I do it on a bit of card. Let's see if that's big enough. It's not quite big enough, but you'll get the idea. Let me just show you. It's important, in case you're new to these, it's important for me to show you this. Pretend this piece of card is big enough. Pretend this piece of card is big enough. It isn't, but pretend it is. Yeah. So secure your outer frame first. If you've got the Christmas ones from last year, you already know how to do this. But if you haven't, this is for everybody else's benefit. So outer frame, secure it, line up the inner frame, pop in the weird funny looking one, get that in position, and just by pure chance I had a bit of tape on my counter, so you can see whether it's lined up right or not. And then secure the middle. So if you do this on the middle part, only, and then you can lift this one out, and then that now is in the perfect position. That's in the perfect position there to give you the perfect frame, which does the top two parts there. So that is your circle. Let's get on with it. Get on with it, Phil. You've been rattling for long enough. Let's show you how the circle looks when it's all layered up and looking fabulous. So let's pop that back in. Pop that back in. Whoops. And this is how the circle looks when it's done properly. So this is the circle done with the dimension that I've just been telling you about in the new rose gold mirror card. So you can see I've got two bases there, then we've got the extra thick layer, and then we've got the decorative part in the mirror card. So that is your circle. We've then got the square. So each of these has a different flower from the Floral Finery series. So that one is the dotted tips, this one is the whatever that flower was. So this is your square, Floral Finery square. This one has with love as the sentiment, and it's exactly the same principle. You will recognise the foliage in here as well. This is all designed to work with the Floral Finery. Whether you've got the Floral Finery dies or not, it really doesn't matter because they are standalone sets. So that is your square. And this is how the square looks in real life. Not yet, Sharon, but I'm not crafting just yet. So that is the square in real life. And these are all designed to fit on square cards and rectangle cards, so it really doesn't matter. And you get with love with the square set. Then we move on to the rectangle. So the rectangle is a different flower again, look, so same principle, 3 dies for the frame, which mean you can do mix and match. This one has the lacy tip flowers as part of the design. And this one has happy birthday as your sentiment. So that is the rectangle. And this is how the rectangle looks in real life. You can see I've decoupaged that up, look, with a bit of foam tape. So I've layered that one up. And that one has happy birthday. And then last but not least, with the floral finery frames, we've got a new shape. And you've got Helen to thank for this, because she's been persisting on a die forever in the shape of a heart. So we've now got a heart. This one also has the lacy tips. And this one has the little butterflies in there as well. So we've got two that have the butterflies and two that don't. And this is the floral finery heart. And this sentiment is for you. And this is how this one looks when it's cut out and decoupaged up. Aren't they just stunning? So many different things you can do with these, yeah. And I think that's why I like them. This is literally just plain white card with the rose gold mirror card. But you imagine having an embossed piece underneath them. You can just go on forever and ever and ever. So they are your floral, I can't even speak, floral finery fancy frame dies. Circle, square, rectangle, heart, yeah. And these are what are being released on pre-order tonight at 9. So 9 o'clock. But there's more. There are more things to show you. So when normally I wouldn't do extras with a release like this, but we were so overdue these, it would have been rude not to do them. Let me just put these next to each other, look, so you can see how beautiful they look. Aren't they just stunning? Aren't they just gorgeous like that, look? Love them, love them. And yes, I've done these myself this afternoon, stressing, trying to get everything done. Aren't they beautiful? Just imagine all the different ways you're going to use these as well. And all the different looks you're going to get just by changing the cardstock. Right, we've now got 4 more die sets to show you. 4 more. These are A6 die sets this time. These are brand new for the adornments collection. I'm going to just pop that to one side and show you one at a time. So, we were so overdue some new butterflies, and you've got them. So we've now got I've got 2 on here, obviously. You will only get half of this. I always have 2, as you know. So these are the tatty butterflies that give you the gorgeous lacy ones and the solid ones, yeah. Aren't these just absolutely stunning? And I'm going to show you what these look like in real life, because they're absolutely beautiful. So I always include the solid so that we can layer these up if we want to do, or using the solid ones we can stamp onto them and what have you. Look at this little dinky. I've called this one Betty. This is Betty Baby Butterfly. Let me just show you how little that is. I love little dinky. It's 2 centimeters. I love that little dinky butterfly. So let's show you what these look like in real life. I've just got to get my board, which doesn't have the... Oh, it does. So let's show you the board with the butterflies on. So these are your tatty butterflies. So tatty wings, lacy detail. Well, it's not lacy, it's intricate detail. I love the antennae as well. They were a nightmare for the people who make my dies. So 4 solid, 4 intricate that are designed to layer on top of each other, just like that. So you can layer them on top of each other if you wish, and then clearly you can fill that into... You can fill that with your quickie glue pen and some glitter and what have you if you want to. So that is your tatty butterflies. You know what's coming next, because I never do butterflies without their dragonfly counterparts. I absolutely love these dies. These are your tatty dragonflies. So let's show you the die set. because these are stunning. So this is your tatty dragonflies. Again, we've got 8 dies in each set. Some with the detailing that coordinates with the butterflies, as you would expect, and 4 solid. So 4 detailed ones, 4 solid ones. And aren't they just beautiful? Aren't they just stunning? Now let me just show you how they look layered up as well. So that's how these look, layered up with the solid white one underneath. Aren't they gorgeous? I've done everything with the mirror card for this show. I don't know why. So that is your tatty dragonflies. But we've got a first. We've got a first. We've never done this before. We have got bumblebees. I've never done bumblebee dies ever, and I can tell you the shape for these was an absolute mare because I wanted the intricate detail on the bodies. So bumblebees, I couldn't call these tatty because I've given them proper bumblebee wings. But you've got 8 again. You've got 4 of the solid, 4 of the intricate. And wait till you see these. Oh, look at these little bumblebees. So again, you've got 8 there. You know I always do different sizes because it depends on what project you're working on. So 4 solid, 4 intricate, and this is how they look layered up with the white part underneath. So that's just one of the solid ones underneath one of the rose gold ones. Yeah. So that is your bumblebees. We've not finished yet. We have one more die set to show you. Now, I'm going to give you a top tip before I show you this, because this was, I absolutely love this new set. Now, I say that about everything, you know I do. You know I do. But this next set that I'm about to show you, I'm telling you now, everybody needs this new set, right? This was a labour of love to get these right. You have got clock faces, but not just any old clock faces. You've got 2 in here, and they are good sized clocks. You've got the intricate one, which is, I'm going to wait till I show you these done, which is 8 centimeters, and then the one below it is just under 7. 2 different styles on one clock face set. Obviously with the wing, I've got 2, you know I always have 2. So you've got the, not wings, the hands kept together so you don't lose them. And what makes these special, okay, this is what makes these special. These are layering clock dies. So I've kept all of these dies as separate individuals so that you're not restricted to me just saying this is your clock. You can now layer it in whichever way, order, format, colour you like. You can do it all flat, you can stack it all up with foam tape or glue gel, and it looks incredible. It looks incredible. So you've got this style, which I thought was perfect for your more masculine makes, and this one just covers absolutely everybody. Now, are you ready for this? I've done these this afternoon. These are your clocks layered up with the rose gold mirror card. Look at the hands. It's just absolutely stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. And again, all layered up, look. So you have choices with this. You can literally just use that if you want. And I use this on my mum's Mother's Day card. You can use, this is why I've kept them separate. So if you cut this, you end up with that white circle as waste. So you can use that circle for your sentiments. You can use any of these and mix and match them. I'm going to show you again. I absolutely love these clocks. this is my top tip. These were a nightmare to do, I'll be honest with you, because I wanted them all stackable, and that's exactly what we've got. And there you go. So that is your April new releases. So we've got our four floral finery fancy frames. This is for April. There's nothing new coming in April now. This is it. Even though it's March now. We're on the cusp of April. This is my April release. These will be released on Wednesday officially. Then you have your clock faces, your bumblebees, your tatty dragonflies, and your tatty butterflies. What an absolutely stunning collection. I absolutely love this. I say that about everything, you know I do. But it's just me being me. Anyway, I'm going to quickly show you the boards one more time. So you can, as ever, pre-order from me and from Julia at 9 o'clock tonight. My shows on Hobby Maker are this Wednesday. I've got no idea what time I'm on. No idea what time I'm on Wednesday, but somebody will know. But you can pre-order from me and from Julia at 9 o'clock tonight. So that is your Floral Finery Fancy Frame Rectangle, the Floral Finery Fancy Frame Heart, all layered up, your square. I love all the debossing detail, and it's just class in a glass. These make really stunning quick and easy cards, which is why I can probably get 2 demos done tonight. So that is your Floral Finery Fancy Frames dies, and I'll quickly run through. You've got the bumblebees, 8 dies. You've got the tatty dragonflies, 8 dies. You've got the tatty butterflies, 8 dies. And then you've got the clock faces. I had to have the clocks, and complete transparency, it took me ages to do these because every time I kept sending them to the manufacturers, they were too detailed. But as you know, I usually get my own way, and I did this time as well. I'm on at 3 and 7. 3 and 7. When do I ever do a 7 o'clock show? Yeah, I'll be texting somebody about that when I get off the phone, off the live. Right, so let's make a pretty easy card. 3 and 7. When do I? Imagine it might be a change. We'll see. We shall see. 3 and 7. Who does 3 and 7? Do you know I had a meeting with Hobby Maker the other day as well, and I told him about the times. Can't get the captions tonight, either here or on YouTube. Yes, I have, Chrissy. I always do, Chuck. Right, let's get a card done. Can't get the captions. Thank you, Judith. The dies are stunning, and I think more importantly, they just make it a pleasure to work with them. So let me just show you what this looks like in plain white cardstock. Look at that gorgeous detailing just in plain white cardstock. Even that looks classy before I do anything else with it. So this is what I was trying to explain to you about the frame dies. If you haven't had these before, that little demonstration I was showing you about how to line up the outer and the inner. Let me just find it. Oh, that weighs a ton. So this is the outer and the inner. So when you cut this is why I kept these in. So when you cut these together, that's what you end up with. And that's what gives you that lovely extra thick frame. So you've got extras in there. And then when you layer that on top, so the whole point was you could have the fat frame, you could have the full base, which you can then run through your embossing folders, etc. And then you can do the decorative part and just layer it up like this, which is basically how they were designed. Yeah. So let's get this part done first. I'm hoping to get done a bit early because no word of a lie, I've been in my craft room since 10 to 8 this morning. 10 to 8 this morning and I'm still here. So let's get this layered up and get the first card done and show you how fab it is to work with. Oh, change your glasses. I know, I'm sorry everybody, but this is it for April, don't forget. There's nothing else for April. This is the April release. Oh, I think it is anyway. Yeah, it is. It's got to be. Right, so I'm going to layer this up. Now you could... I'm not going to do this for the sake of tonight's demo because I want to try and get 2 done. Oh, actually, shall I do it? I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. We're going to decoupage this up. Now, I am going to do this with foam tape just to make it a bit sturdier. And this is something that I would probably recommend that you do if you decoupage this up yourself. So let's... Bear with me, I should have done this before, but I was just going to do it flat. But it's nice to show you something that you maybe wouldn't think to do yourself. I have got no idea, Nina. There will obviously be discounts on the new releases. We always do discounts. I know that the normal price of these is $24.99 each. So whatever they are discounted at, we always do the special offers. The A6 ones are the same price as the Floral Finery, so they would be what was that? I don't even know what that is. $19.99. Again, you will have options. Karen always gives you options for the bundles and individuals and what have you. This won't take me long. I'm definitely going to recommend that you do this with foam tape and not glue gel because it's too detailed. So foam tape or foam pads would be the way to go for this. Definitely not glue gel. It needs the stability. And of course I don't possess foam pads. But that could all change soon. Yeah, hobby maker. Hobby maker. Yeah, hobby maker. And you can also watch Hobby Maker on their Facebook page, I believe, and also on their YouTube channel. If I remember correctly, they are also live on Facebook at the same time as the shows. I might be wrong, somebody correct me if I am. It's very rare I am. So obviously I'm not going to put glue foam tape on the little fancy frame part, which is why I'm making sure I've got enough on the flowers. It will give it some stability. There is no way I'm going to be chopping foam tape to go in there. No way. It's too big. But we do have the Floral Fine. And just as a little reminder as well, I was talking to Julia earlier, so most of the Floral Finery flower dies have sold out and gone. If we have got any of the original Floral Finery dies, this is probably going to be your last opportunity to get them, and I won't restock Floral Finery because we are moving on to the next release pretty soon. So I like to just give you a heads up so you know what's happening. I'm being very patient with this, but I can tell you it's wearing thin. It's wearing thin. Let's just get a little bit on there, and that should give us some support on the delicate parts. And this is all, obviously, you know I'm gonna be layering this up. So I've already pre-cut some extras. This is why coordinated collections is just the best way forward, because you know it's going to match with other things that we've already got, and you also know it's going to coordinate with things that I bring you in the future. So let's just try and get a little bit more on here, a little bit on there, and a little bit on here. It's too big. I won't say any swear words, not till later. Right, that'll do. I can't be bothered doing any more. He says, cutting more. Right, that will definitely do. So let's move on and get this decoupaged up. This is something that I clearly wouldn't be demoing on TV, so because it just takes too long, so you may as well get the benefit of this. And this just shows you how adding a little bit of dimension to these changes the look again. So these were designed to stack, to layer, or to go flat. They look equally stunning, as you can see there, just flat. So it really depends on the time you've got, the patience you've got, and how intricate you want to make the card, or whatever you're working on at the time. Remember as well, these are quite nice frames to stick photos behind. So if you cut the frame with the double aperture, you can use these in your journals and things like that, your scrapbooks. So just a reminder, you can't get these on the website until 9 o'clock, and it's a pre-order. So they are usually dispatched from, I can't believe I'm working 3 and 7. That's twice I've not noticed my hours. You need to start reminding me, everybody, to check my hours. Who finishes work at 8:30 at night? That'd be a long day. I'm going to moan at them about this when we've finished. Right, so a little bit of glue just to give me some wiggle time. I'm not using glue gel, I'm just using plain white regular glue, and it's just in case I need to lift this off, in case I don't have it in the right position. It's super easy to line these up. You don't even need to be worrying about that. And then a little bit in there. And then let's get this layered up. Here we go. I'm going to stand up for this. I've got the right glasses on. You will notice as well that the square one has the flowers bottom left and top right, but clearly it doesn't matter if you do this in the opposite. Oh, that was actually really easy to do. Oh, that was easier to do than I thought it was going to be, even if I have battered that poor frond. There we go. Look how fab that looks. Don't worry about the foam tape because I'm going to decoupage flowers on it. How gorgeous is that? And then we've obviously got the lovely outer frame as well. So that was easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's move that and let's get cracking with this demo. So I've got my extras over there. which we will get onto in a second. So I rarely do pink cards, you know I don't, but this is actually one of Ilona's that I've adapted. I thought it looked lovely the way she'd laid it up, so that's what we're doing. So I've got here one of the original embossing folders, which is the classic flourish, and this is going on to candy pink card. And I don't really do pinks, but these frames are super pretty, so you know it's going to look nice. And this one is going on to white. I'm just going to give you a little heads up as well, because we kind of know that these are going to be really busy, so I wouldn't hang about. I've ordered more of these than I did the Christmas ones, but whether it's enough is another matter. So this is olive green cardstock, which is going onto the base of the card on foam tape. Cleaner if you got paid in craft stuff. To our USA customers and Canadian customers, I know that USA will be turned on at Hobby Maker. It should always be on for us. The only time, because we've queried this with them, the only time that it's not turned on for specific items is if there is a exporting issue, like for example, I don't know, like some adhesives you can't export, some tools you can't, that kind of thing. But these will be on. So Olive Grove cardstock onto the base of the card. This is an 8x8 card I'm making, because you know I like to scale things up. The bigger the better, apparently. So let's just get that on. I don't know why I've put glue on this, because I tell you not to do it. It's probably exhaustion. So let's get that onto there. The candy pink looks gorgeous with Olive Grove. You just can't, it just does. It looks beautiful together. And then this is also going on foam tape. Are you sure about that? I thought they were on. Phil, don't you gut your card? Oh no, I never gut my cards, Karen. I thought you would. Hi Jenny, I thought you would. No, I never got my cards. Shall I tell you why? And I know lots of people do when you're trying to save your cardstock. But shall I tell you why I don't do it? Because I like the strength and the weight that the cardstock gives to my cards. Plus, I would never have the patience to do it. I would maybe do it with like mirror card or something that you can reuse, but not for coloured card, I don't. Right, so let's get this on. It's absolutely roasting in my craft room. I don't know whether you can hear, I've got the big fan on behind me. Let's get this on. Make sure it's the right way up. And let's get that, make sure that's central. So the one that I should have put glue on, I didn't. And then we are going to pop the frame on, which is also going with foam tape, so it's raised again. And then we'll get on to the extra embellishments. So included in these die sets are the lovely little sentiments that you get. And I was saying to Karen earlier, I think I need to do a full set that coordinates. So watch this space, because I really like the font. just put it on there while I'm talking to you. Look. Obviously this is not a normal font, I've created that, so it's like a duo thing, and I really like that, so I think I might do some minis, I think, when I get time. I'll add it to the list. 3 and 7. That's made me choke, look. 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7. Still the same normal gap. I think it might have actually done me a favour because I don't need to set off so early. So when I'm at Hobby Maker on Wednesday, somebody needs to message me and just say, check your hours, Phill. Check the hours they've got me in for. Can I order over the phone? Yep, you can do it over the phone. So I think you have to phone after 12 tomorrow, and they will take your pre-orders. Just remember, it's a pre-order, so dispatch won't be until Thursday. And we do that so that everybody's orders, whether you buy from us or from Hobby Maker, they're all dispatched at the same time. So it's just fair to everybody. There you go. Thank you for asking. Right, let's get this layered up, and then I'm going to glitter around the edge. I'm not glittering the whole frame, it doesn't need it, but you absolutely could if you wanted to. So always use a little bit of glue when you're going onto an embossed piece of card. If you're using foam tape, it just gives it some stability. Right, now I'm doing my usual thing. So when I designed this square set, I designed it with the large flower at the bottom left and the small flower at the top right. I'm just going to show you, because the square actually looks nice as a diamond. Oh, I might do that. Oh, tormenting myself now. Let's have it as a diamond. Let's have it as a diamond, because we can. Oops, and it's just a little bit different. I'm just make sure I've got that straight. Just bear with me. I've got to hold it up to see if it's straight. That's straight now. That's Julia's influence. I would never normally do anything skew if. How fab does that look as a diamond? Got all that lovely dimension going on, look, and it's still relatively flat, so easy peasy. I'm now looking for my foam mat, which I saw earlier, and we'll get these extra flowers shaped and decoupaged. Yeah, I would never normally, but it does look rather lovely. So Sentiment little extra flowers. Now these little extra flowers are from the Floral Finery set. I can't remember which flower this is, and I am going to shape them a little bit just to add some more texture to my finished frame. So as it stands now, the frame itself looks lovely, and you could just pop on your choking again. You could just pop on your Sentiment wherever you want it. But the whole point of this was to give you choices, to give you the option of using your Floral Finery flowers, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to just shape these a little bit on the edges, and then I'll pop the pearls in, and we'll get this card finished, and then we're going to move on to a card with the clock, because I specifically wanted to show you how to build up the clocks. I don't know where that's come from. A little bit of luster powder. So here we go. So the big flowers, as you would expect from me, are layered up twice. So we've got a pink one. Remember as well, don't be scared to go in with your ink pads with these. If you're going to layer up the flowers, I could have gone in there with bundled sage and shaded the whimsy foliage before I put the extra flowers on. I think this is why I like these dies. It just makes it really, really easy to make a fabulous card. It's class in a glass. Class in a glass. So plain white pearls. I'll put the glitter on that in a minute. Let's just get these on first. So plain white pearls, no glitter on the flowers, which I know is shocking, but I am going to glitter the foliage. So white pearls. And then just small ones. You can never find the size you're looking for, can you? Story of my life. Some little pearls. Oh dear. Where's all the tiny ones? Another tiny one. Oops. I will read all your comments later once I've got these two demos done. We'll do a quick recap of the new releases before I go. And then I'm going to moan at Hobby Maker for the hours I've got. Oops, I've just squashed that one. I'm sure I've just knocked a pearl out of that poor flower. And as you would expect, I've gone with the dragonflies for this. Now when I was prepping this demo, I've actually cut the dragonflies in white, the tatty dragonflies in white, and I loved this. So when I was sending these, when I was trying to get these made, yeah, no glitter on the flowers now. Hi Elaine. These little sections here are obviously too small to get a proper cut. So I said to them, I want you to make it a detail section, and I absolutely love that. Look at that for attention to detail. Fabulous. I was super impressed with that, and I think it's just because they know what I'm like now. They know I'm going to insist on it. So now we're going to take this frame that already looks fabulous as it is. So if you were making cards and you needed them to be flat, like if you were posting them, you don't really need to do much else to this apart from bling it up. You could even just put your pearls. You could even just put your pearls in the flowers as they are, because that's how they were designed. Look. So you don't have to layer all the flowers up. This is just me being me, yeah. But I am doing. So here we go. Let's get this put together. So starting with the big ones, I'm going to pop these on first and then put the glitter on whilst we do the extras. We've got the sentiment to do, and also the little foliage. So look at this, makes a huge difference. If you've got your floral finery dies, you're gonna love what you can do with these frames. Look at this. That just takes it to a whole new level. And then let's get these layered up. So you can do as little or as much as you like. It's entirely up to you. And that was the whole point with these dies. I'm losing patience, so you can tell it's been a long day when I'm losing patience with my... That's right. With my pearl pot. So I'm just skew-iffing these. This is why I've not glittered it first. So if there's any of the, if there is a little bit of the glue gel showing underneath, it's going to pick up the, glitter when I put it on. So I'm just off-centering these. We have got extra foliage to put in. That needs to go in the bin. Oops. Let me just get a clean cocktail stick. Phil, can you put the phone number up again? I'm sorry, yes I can. I've only just seen your comment. Sorry, Terry. So the phone number is back up as requested. So these are the small flowers, so I'm just putting the glue gel directly onto the frame. There you go, I'll take it off now. One, two, three, four, and then you can see that I've left one without, because that is where my sentiment's going to go. So let's just get some glitter around the edge of this. So I'm going around the white frame, around the white base layer here. This is why I should have done it first, but there you go. So Diamond Dazzle is going around the white. And whilst we're doing the glittering, we've got to have some bling, it's the law. We are going to glitter the foliage that I've cut in the Olive Grove cardstock. So this is something that is really nice to do with the coloured cardstock, particularly with Diamond Dazzle or Diamond Dust, because once it dries, once the glue dries, the glitter just looks like frosting on coloured cardstock. It's really, really lovely. And we'll do this part first so that any of that glue gel that's showing underneath, you see, will now pick up the Diamond Dazzle. So it's a super pretty card and really easy to do. That was the whole point with these dies. You can be as creative or not as you like, because the dies themselves are just absolutely stunning. Even if I say so myself. And it was hard to do these. Julia will probably back me up. When I was doing them and trying to fit the butterflies in, it's tricky. So that's got a little bit of bling on it now, look. And then we're just going to glitter the wings of the dragonflies. Now when I was prepping for this, I did actually cut, let me show you because I've got them here. I did actually cut the green ones as well, but I decided on just having the white open ones. These are good sizes as well. I always give you lots of options with the extras. So we've got teeny tiny all the way up to a really good size dragonfly. So if you're making canvases or mixed media projects, they're good for that as well. So I'm just glittering the tips of these. I'm not putting loads on because I don't want to cover up that lovely detail. And then we will get on with the second demo, which is a super quick one. So glitter on the foliage. This is why I love the whimsy foliage. I've been telling you for ages, if you haven't got it, it coordinates with these floral finery frames. And it's just a stunning little foliage set. Oh, sugar. I'm very sparkly now, look. The air in my room is blue. Luckily, there wasn't a lot on the spoon. I'm not going to swear. Well, I might do, but not till later. Yeah, white and white would be lovely for wedding cards. Yeah, I love white and white anyway. Yeah, pre-order from 9 o'clock tonight. I'll do a recap before we get on to the next demo. Just want to finish this one first. It's not cheekily, but probably not. You keep asking for things like that, but probably not. It would be, if I did something more masculine, it would be more along the steampunk vintage rust theme, because we don't do... Let me just get rid of some of this glitter. Oh, my carpet, it looks lovely, as does my arm. Right. So now let's get the sentiment layered up and finish putting this card together. So as ever with the frame die sets, you've got the drop shadow and you've got the decorative part of the sentiment. You've got a different sentiment in each set, but obviously we know that you can mix and match them across the whole collection. So that gives you different scope as well. And that's before you start using your stamps with them and what have you. Oops. I'm not having a very good night, am I, with the craft room? So let's just pop that on there with a little shadow. Oh, that's lovely, look. The cat, well, Dorian says yes to the more steampunk. Right, let me get a drink. And let's finish putting this card together. This is the whole point. It looks really, really elegant and it's super, super easy to do. Oh, you could have it either way, look. Could have it with the big flower. Oh, decisions. Now, stick to what I was going to do. Right, so let's get the extra little foliage in now. So you can see quite clearly, look, that this coordinates with the foliage that is built in with the frame die. And that was the whole point now. So we're creating a completely coordinated look, which it just looks really, really elegant. These are not dry yet, but let's get them on. So I'm going to tuck these underneath the big flower. And then one go in the opposite direction. I'm trying not to squash it. I've already destroyed the glitter pot. My sentiment is going here, which is why I didn't put an extra flower on there. So let me put that on first. Let's just put that on. Make sure that's straight. It's as straight as a dog's hind legs. That's more like it. Now we've got the extra foliage for this one. And then one on the other side, and then we've just got to finish off with a couple of little dragonflies. Now clearly, you know as well as I do, it doesn't matter, or it wouldn't matter, whether I use the dragonflies, the bees, the butterflies. It really wouldn't matter. And this is again about giving you choices. Do as you're told. Thank you. Just battered that one. That's what happens when they don't do as they're told. But then the glitter pot does take revenge on me, as you just saw. Right, so let's finish off with the dragonflies and then a couple of random pearls, as you know. It's the law. One just above the sentiment. I'm just going to glitter that glue gel because I don't like to see it unless it's sparkling. And then a couple of random pearls, and then we are good to go. Random pearls, so let's just have them on the stems. Let's have one there. One there. One there. And one there. And I'll use the 3mm pearls for this if I can find any. Just the little tiny ones. I think I must need some new white pearls, look, because I'm running out of some of them. And we will stop there because I want to get the other card done also. So let's just bring that up again. Oh, that's super easy, but it looks really, really good. Let's do a close-up. super easy, but looks really, really good. Here we go. So that is your Floral Finery square, which has the debossing detail on your flowers. You've got the foliage that coordinates with the rest of the Floral Finery foliage, and that is in Candy Pink and Olive Grove cardstock. There we go. So that is your first one. Do you want to recap for those that have just joined, or shall I just get straight on with it? It's really, really easy to do. These cards, because the dies are so detailed, it just makes it look like it's taken you forever to do the cutting, but in actual fact it hasn't. It's how it's been designed and put together. I'm just getting that glitter off my arm. Yes, I did say arm. Are you ever going to give us a tour of your craft room? Probably when there's nothing new on the desk. Well, I very nearly slipped up then and said something that I shouldn't have done. But I've got something over on my other desk, which you know is over there behind me, that I've been testing for about 60,000 times. Straight on, let's crack straight on then. So now we are going to do a really quick one. I'm hoping we get done a bit. Oh, look at the time. So much for getting done earlier. So now we're going to use the clock, so not using the frame. And for people like Vicky, who bought all the lead differently dies and doesn't know what to do with them, don't think I don't notice what you're saying in the group. This is a really good way of using them, yeah. So I've got here a 7.5 card base, 7.5 inch card base, a white layer, silver mirror layer, classic flourish embossing folder, and then these two are from the lead differently. So the circle that I've cut out there is from the double stitch dies. I'll just bring that in. So I've created the aperture with the double stitch dies. Now these marks on here are because my plates on my machine are covered in marks. I know you don't. You're gonna do, Misty. Yeah. So, but it doesn't matter about these because you're not going to see much of it. This is all about showing you how to put the clock together. So let me get these layers straight onto this card. When you get these clock dies home, everybody, just so you know, as ever, my dies always come with a magnetic sheet anyway. But the clocks were designed so that you can decoupage them and layer them up dimensionally, or you can just layer them up flat. So you've got choices. I always give you choices. It's kind of how I design things. Just make sure that's the way I want it. It is. So that is going on there flat. That is also going on here flat. And then that will go onto the card on foam tape. There are no extra embellishments on this card. So this one, I've done this in silver and white, so this one would be good for, well, any occasion and for any person, because I've not made it flowery at all. The only embellishment on this card will be the clock. And it looks fantastic through an aperture. Oops, I've just got that on skew here. Just bear with me. Oh, that's it. I think I must have cut that card funny. So it's going to have some glitter on it after all. Is this a postable card? Maybe. Oh, bless you, Vicky. Well, you better get ready because the new ones will be coming soon, so you better start getting used to them. So let's get this one laid up. So somebody's just asked me if this is a postable card. It could be. It won't be when I've finished, because the clock's going to be about 3 inches deep. Well, not quite 3 inches, but we all know that that's 3 inches. But the whole point is, it's up to you how you do it. And I made sure that all the dies are separate, so you can use them as, I mean, like this, look. You could use that with all my other circle dies. So all my other circle dies, you're going to be able to use that with, to create extra different embellishments. You can use them with your lead differently dies, and so on and so forth. That is the whole point. So let's just get this laid up. I am going to have to glitter this because for some reason my white piece of card is not straight, and it will make me feel sick if I don't cover it up with glitter. And that will really, really, really annoy me. And I'm more annoyed because I check these before I use them, so we are going to have some glitter on that white piece, because that corner is upsetting me. So let me just get this glittered first before we start. Cover it up and then I can't see it. I don't know whether I've got hay fever or a bit of a cold. I feel a bit sniffly, a bit bunged up. So let's just cover that dodgy corner up with loads of glitter, and then you would never know. There we go. So white on white, white on white with a little bit of silver is how I'm doing this. So the reason I did the clock dies, and if I don't know whether you can all remember, but when we had one of the clock die sets with one of the box kits, it was done wrong and nobody knew about it till it was too late. So the numbers weren't correct. Now these numbers are correct in my clocks, and they are also 2 different styles. So we've got a very elegant clock, and we've also got a very a more modern clock, which would be good for, let me just get this the right way, that's it, which would be good for more masculine cards as well. Right, so we're going to decoupage this up. So it's a very simple card, but it is going to be laid up. And this is something that you can do with your lead differently dies. When you're creating the apertures, lay them up to create dimension. It's so easy to do, and it looks fantastic. It's a good way to use them. Laid differently too will be pretty soon. So forewarned is forearmed, as they say. I'm not very good at quick, am I? Have you noticed? So I'm just working my way around. I'm going to say right from the offset as well that I won't reorder these dies because I've ordered such a lot, hopefully enough to last. So I'm just giving you a warning or a heads up. It's a good job you don't have, oh bless you, glitter. Susan, glitter is the answer. Covers a multitude of sins. Or multitude of crafting sins, we'll say. I can't guarantee we'll cover up normal sins. Well, actually, it depends where you put it. So this is a really, really easy card. It's also something that you can adapt to a new baby card, a wedding card, because you can specify the time on the clock. The hands, I've put the hands on as separate, so you can make it whatever time, whatever time you want. Don't swear, Phil. Let's just see if I can get that on sort of straight. There we go. Oh, that looks fab. I love piercing. And then this is also, it covers any sins quick as in, well, this is a quick card, or it's supposed to be. I've used a full roll of foam tape. That's 5 meters on 1 and a bit cards. Do you ever have one of those days where everything's, oh, my chair's all sparkly as well, where everything just all goes wrong? That's the kind of day I've had today. I think my brain's probably tired. Tired but overexcited, that's probably more true. And not now you've told me I'm on at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Right, so let's get this layered up and then we will get onto the clock, and I will explain to you a little bit more about how the clock works, or how many different options you can create from it. So let's get some glue on this. It's super easy as well. And if you, I can't remember which die set this is from Layered Differently, but both of the square sets have circles within them. So you can even layer them up on top of that as well. So let's just get that central. I mean, that looks lovely before I even put anything else on. And now we'll get onto the clock. So I chose the largest of the clocks. There are 2 clocks in here, remember. One is 8 centimeters and the other one is just shy of 7. So 2 different sizes, so they will work for whatever project you are working on. And this here, I'm just going to explain to you what I've got here. So this is all the layers from the first clock. Right, okay, so this one. So remember, when I was putting this together, remember I've made sure you've got a full embellishment for each part, which means you can use them for other things. So obviously when you cut this one, as I've cut it in silver mirror card, this is the waist from inside there. When I cut the circle, that is the waist from that circle. That is the waist from that circle. So you now have choices. You can now put that on and just go straight on with that, and then just pop your hands on. So that's one look. You can pop that on, pop the center panel in, then pop the hands on. That's another look. You can then pop that in there, pop that in there. That's another look. So there are lots and lots of different ways you can assemble the clocks, and that was exactly what I wanted. So I'm just going to get this glued. So let's put this clock together. I should have done this with my brush glue really, but let's just do this. And then we'll do a quick recap. I'll remind you about everything when I've put this card together. I might do a different version of this on TV, because I couldn't decide between the frames and the clocks, so I might do another demo of this with the other clock and a different die set. So let's pop it on. So this is now the outside of our clock. It's not quite central, but that's the kind of day I've had. I am going to decoupage these elements, okay? So I'm going to take the intricate part of this clock. That glue's drying, just bear with me. That's how warm it is. The glue's drying really quick in my room. It won't dry now, will it? Not that quick anyway. So we're now taking the intricate part of this clock die, which has all the correct Roman numerals, which is always a bit of a bonus. And we're going to pop it on this silver, which is the waist from there. So that is the waist from there. Oh, don't get it everywhere, Phil. Don't get the glue everywhere. It's too late. You can clean your mirror card with your t-shirt, but I'm just going to get on with it. So we've got that layer there that we're going to decoupage up. I will do this with glue gel, just to be quicker for this. So we're going to layer this one up. This is exactly how I did the one that I showed you on the display board. Just in a silver rather than rose gold. So make sure your 12 is at the top. It doesn't usually bother me, but... So we've now got that layered up. We're going to repeat that with this. So this is the waist from that clock, from the decorative part. And we're going to decoupage that also. You will have more time to put these nice and clean. So this is going decoupaged on there. So another layer. It's really easy to do and really versatile, and I think that's why I love it. I messaged Karen and said I absolutely love these clocks. The more I use them, the more I love them. So this is the lacy part, and you will recognise this lace is part of the Floral Finery set. So you know it's going to coordinate with the Floral Finery dies. And I am going to put I'm going to put the numbers on the hands on first. So if I just bring this in and show you how these, I mean, these are absolutely beautiful. But can you see I've left a little hole in the centre of the hands? And I've done that just in case you want to pop a pearl in there or use a brad or something like that. But more importantly, it makes it easy to line them up. So a little bit of white glue. I'm doing this on here. And I'll try and do just a random time. So the centre of the lace has a circle in it. I don't know whether you can see it. So the centre of the lace there also has a circle in. So I can line up that. And then I'm just going to do this at a random time. I'm not going to worry about where the hand goes. So line that up. And then we will decoupage this also. So I can obviously move that about, but if you're if you're making a new baby card, you can actually put the time the baby was born, that kind of thing. So we've now created a fully dimensional 3D clock just from a couple of dies, which I think is really rather fabulous. And I did have a sentiment for this, but where has it gone? I can't see the sentiment. Are you on here? Yeah, there you are. And I've used the For You sentiment that comes with the heart floral frame. And For You can be, well, it can be for anything, for anybody. So, For You. You can clean mirror card, by the way, so my top tip would be to treat yourself to some of the Crafter's Companion spray glue. But you can clean that. So can you see where I've got the little bit of glue in there? If you leave that to dry, just a almost dry baby wipe or just a damp cloth will bring that off. Right, so let's put this card together. Make sure I've got that the right way up, which was that way. And we'll get this card or clock decoupaged. So I used the double stitch circle dies because I knew it was bigger than the clock circle. So I've created a double aperture, and I must admit, if I had more time, I would probably do an extra embossed piece for underneath there in silver. But I was literally finishing my prep at 1:45. So let's pop this on. Where is the 12? Oh, it looks really, really elegant, this does. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Rub your card with an anti-static by Guy Christie says it gets rid of the marks. Right, we're just going to pop the sentiment on and then we are done. And we will do a recap. I'm putting no pearls or anything on that. It's literally just a sentiment for you. And it can be for anything, for anybody. I might just pop 2 little pearls on. I can't resist it. So let's just put 2 little pearls on. When I say 2, I mean 4. No, when I say 4, I mean 8. And then we'll do a quick recap. I'll show you all the new dies. I'll remind you about the socials. And then I'm going to relax for the rest of the night because I am stopped for hours. Right, so a couple of little pearls. Just following the... I've only put pearls on because I ended up glittering. This was meant to be a more generic card, but it's ended up with glitter on because of my dodgy cutting. What I will say to you all is there are some amazing samples coming. Julia's done loads of videos as well, I already know. Let's pop a pearl on that just because we can. And I think Lozzie and Saz and Ilona have done some. Saz will be doing a demo for you tomorrow night with the new dies. She's asked me if that was alright, and I said yes. So that's a bit of a bonus. And then, as always, the sample album will be on the Sentimentally Facebook page on Wednesday morning. Let's clean that glue up before it dries. It's easy to clean it when it's wet. There we go. And kitchen roll, where 4 art there. And let's just bring that in and show you. So super easy card. I won't take photos of these, Vicky, until I get back from TV. I won't have time. I've got to try and get my hair cut and everything tomorrow as well. So that is your clock. And it's a super easy card to do. So pop these side by side. 2 square cards, completely different look, but from the same release. Right, so I'm quickly going to go through the new release for you, and then I'm going to leave you in peace. Oops, sugar. I did say sugar. It could have been much worse. I've just been dropping everything today. It's just been one of those days. So, not everything. Don't get too excited. So we have 8 new die sets. Let's put that back in the way it should be. We have what you've been waiting for since the magazine came out. I can't even remember when the magazine came out. I'm sure it was it January time, February. So we have our Floral Finery fancy frame dies, and we have the heart with for you. We have the square with love. We have the rectangle with happy birthday, and we have the circle with best wishes. And these are once they are cut out and layered up. So multi-frames, multi-layers. You've seen how I've just used the square one. That's the square one. So that's the same one that I've just used on the demo. Looks completely different, and I think that's the beauty of dies like this. And that is the heart. I can tell you, I already know that these are going to be popular, so forewarned is forearmed. Well, I say that, I hope they are. So they are your Floral Finery fancy frame dies. And we've then got the tatty butterflies. So the tatty butterflies with the open and solid. The tatty dragonflies, the same format. So 8 dies, open and solid. The bumblebees, which are absolutely gorgeous, in the solid and the open. And then the clocks, the clock faces. So 2 different styles. Obviously you've just seen me use that. So that is your no, it's not January, it's April. And that is your April new release, everybody. So jobs are good and no giveaway tonight because I've only used new stuff. I'll quickly do a quick recap for you on here. Look, so the pre-orders will be from myself and from Julia from 9 o'clock tonight. So that gives you 20 minutes to get a cuppa, get ready and stand by your beds. Because you know it's going to be busy. If the website is slow, just give it time. It quite often happens when we have a new release that the website, it doesn't crash, but it does go slower because everybody's trying to check out at the same time. And there you go. So just a quick reminder of the socials. So if you haven't yet joined our Facebook group, here it is. So just search for Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours and ask to join the group. Remember, you must accept the group rules when you ask to join, otherwise it doesn't let you in, it automatically kicks you out. Well, it doesn't kick you out, it automatically declines the request. So if you haven't yet, please also, it's time, everybody was now on the YouTube channel. So Crafting with Phill Martin on YouTube, click that subscribe button and you can join me every Monday evening for a live. What do I've got for you next week? No, that would be telling. And then all the usuals. So TikTok is Phill M Martin. Instagram is the same. Facebook is at Sentimentally Yours. And at Honeypot Crafts. And at Phill Crafty Martin. So there you go. I'll just do a quick reminder for you that you can pre-order from 9, not that one, that's the wrong button, from 9 p.m, not 8 p.m. Orders will be dispatched on Thursday or from Thursday. You can order via the telephone. You can call the shop after 12 o'clock tomorrow and do your order over the telephone if you so wish. So there you go, everybody. I hope you love this new release as much as I do. I actually can't wait to see what you all come up with, because I know you're going to come up with things that I haven't thought of. And there we go. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you on your telly box at 3 p.m. apparently. 3 p.m. and 7. Right, so thank you very much, everybody. I will see you on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye. I'm going to make a coffee because I never drank the last one. See you on Wednesday, everybody.